All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. I'm Heath Johnson, and this is TurnLeft TV tonight, and we got a special race here for you. It's the Busted Knuckles 125 to honor our friend, fallen hero, Lorin Stoppleworth. A very special race for us here tonight, and it's Phoenix Raceway. Race number 6, his favorite track, 125 laps here tonight. The Busted Knuckles 125 inaugural race here at the High Octane Racing League. Who's going to take home the victory? Oh, it's live for you tonight. It's going to be a great one. We got a big field. Get ready. We're at sunny Phoenix tonight for the Busted Knuckles 125 to honor Lorin Stoppleworth. This is a huge race for us, and it's going to be a fun one. 125 laps. Hang on, boys and girls. It's live right here on TurnLeft TV. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming in here to TurnLeft TV. Appreciate it. We got a good one here for you tonight. The Busted Knuckles 125. Got a big field here joining us. 21 drivers here so far tonight. Got about 6 minutes left to go in the practice session. Again, thanks for coming in. I'm your host, Heath Johnson. Brad Costner, commentator. 125 laps here tonight. The Busted Knuckles 125 from Phoenix Raceway. Going to bring you flag-to-flag coverage here, and we're going to have some guys coming up here during the warm-up session to share their memories of Lorin. A lot of guys out here tonight have a lot of laps they put in with Lorin Stoppleworth. We could not wait to run this event in his honor. And I know he's looking down on us, smiling here tonight. This is Phoenix Raceway, of course, very unique track. I think this is a 5-turn track. I've said this time and time again. That backstretch with that huge dog leg is really a 5-turn track, just a little over a mile in length. Banking in turns 1 and 2, about 10 degrees, 11 degrees. Turns 3 and 4, about 8 to 9 degrees. The dog leg's got a little bit of banking there, 10 to 11 degrees. And front stretch at 3 degrees. Really a unique track, but this is a lot of fun. This is Phoenix International Raceway. The Busted Knuckles 125 is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you want an rFactor 2 server, or if you want to host your website or your online store, please give EliteHostingUSA.com a look. That's who hosts our website and our race servers here at HighOctaneRacing.net. So head on over there and check us out. Get updates of what races are coming up, who's leading in the points. Quick link to TurnLeft TV, of course, and also who's running what throughout the week in their quest to win a race over the weekend. Thanks for coming in and joining us here on TurnLeft TV. Peace to everybody out there. My heavens, man. We've got a lot of snow here in Indiana, and we're kind of working our way out of winter, hopefully. Looks like the temperature's going to be pretty warm here in Indiana next week, so we're kind of excited about that. Please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you're here. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so, and smash the bell. It's over right there. Smash that bell. And when you get updates when we have races going live. If you'd like to make a donation to TurnLeft TV, click on the link up in the banner of the channel, or go down to the description of this race and click on that link and make a donation straight through PayPal. And also visit my site there over at the Fanatec website and help me out if you're interested in purchasing something through them. Please use my link here at TurnLeft TV. I greatly appreciate that. We got a good one here for you tonight. The Busted Knuckles 125. I'm excited about this race. A little nervous, but a lot excited here tonight. So to honor our friend Lorin Stoppleworth, we're definitely thinking about you, Lorin, and your family here tonight. And we're going to be racing in your honor the way it should be. We got some prizes we're going to hand out tonight, too. We got two $25 Steam gift cards, a $50 Steam gift card, and a button box here tonight. We're going to be handing out, not auctioning off, but we're going to give them off in the Wheel of Fun. Got a busy weekend of racing as usual here at High Octane Racing League and the TurnLeft TV. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we'll be at California Speedway for 100 laps in this Saturday Showdown Series. It's race number 2 of that 10-race season. Had a great one at Daytona last week, and we got a good one here for you this week at California. Very fun track. So this is a very racy track. Tough on tires, tough on nerves. And it's going to be live right here on TurnLeft TV at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's tomorrow, the Saturday Showdown Series. Saturday Night Thunder also going to be at California on Saturday evening at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This Saturday Night Thunder, great Cup cars, race number 4 of the season. Excited about this, 110 laps here from Cali. Great series there in the Saturday Night Thunder, and this should be a fun one. That does it for the practice session. Going to head over to the qualification session. Things about ready to get real busy. This is the Busted Knuckles 125, and again, we'll have some driver prizes at the end of the race here tonight. It's two $25 Steam gift cards, a $50 Steam gift card, and a button box. We're going to be spinning the wheel. Eligible drivers are those drivers who have raced with us this season up to today. We have 19 drivers so far that are eligible for those prizes. Get some folks joining us in the chat session. Guys out here racing, wishing each other luck. Hopefully. There we go. Well, JJ out here wishing us some luck. He's racing in the race tonight. Paul Brown, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Paul sending his tribute in as well. Should be a good show tonight. So thanks to Heath. You're welcome. putting this together, and we definitely miss Lorin Stoppleworth. That is for sure. We definitely miss him a great deal. So least we could do is run a race in his honor, and this is going to be an annual event here at High Octane Racing League. As long as I'm broadcasting races, they're going to be on TurnLeft TV as well. Right now, Paul Brown is the top time. We just saw him peel off the track. Colin Madiak in the 13. He's going to go out to his qualification lap. Be interested to see. Colin hasn't been a regular this season, so this is his first race out this season. And I'll tell you, this young guy can drive a car. So we'll have to see what this 13 car does here tonight. The time to beat is Paul Brown's time. 6.220. 13 car, Colin Madiak in his first time lap here. 26.357, currently fifth on the grid for the 13. Another one of our young guns out here tonight, Lucas Symphony in the 21. Flexio sponsor machine. See those guys going down below the yellow line in the qualification session. Now that's legal, but during the race, no racing below the yellow line. Colin Madiak down to the top of the grid, 26.168. He has not lost. Look at that, 26.146. Lucas Sentner now to the top of the grid. How about that, huh? A couple of young guns there battling it out. Got Archivieta here in the 4 car. His qualification attempt. One of our great Brazilian drivers. This guy has been racing a long time, and I've raced I'll tell you what, man, I've raced quite a long time with him. I remember racing in a GT3 Series race with him, and he won that race. That was years ago. So let's see here, Archivieta getting his stock car around the track. Great Brazilian driver. 26.378 Archivieta's time. And John Stanley here in the 12 car. One of our great Canadian drivers. John Staple Gun Stanley. See what his lap is. 26.528 is the 12 car. And Jesus Iglesias. Jesus Barbecue Iglesias. This Orange Crush sponsored Camaro. Let's see what Jesus can lay down. Now crossing the start-finish line here. We'll see. Down on that inside. I guess he's on the backstretch there. I got to figure out where I am on the track. $26.410 for Jesus Iglesias. Currently 10th on the grid. Thiago Gomez in the 9X machine. His Toyota. He's off the pace there a little bit, so not sure what's going on with the 9X. He had to get a time lap, and yeah, he did. I'm sorry about that. He is 15th on the grid. right, looks like qualifications are over, so these guys will have the drivers meeting here, I think, a little bit.
A lot of soul.
So we're going to have a wheel of fun here tonight. That's right, man. 2 $25 Steam gift cards, a $50 Steam gift card, and a Derek Spear design button box. And you're looking at the real deal there. I've got one of these, and I love it. So we're going to be giving those things out using the wheel of fun. And we'll check here, make sure we've got an updated Wheel of Fun up there. It looks like we do. So eligibility for the drivers are that they have to have raced sometime this season before tonight. Be a regular with us here. So it looks like we have, I believe, 19 drivers eligible. Make sure we've got... I think we do have 19, actually 20 drivers. I take that back. 20 drivers eligible here tonight. Take a look at the wheel of names. Those are the drivers who are eligible for the prize giveaway tonight. The Busted Knuckles 125. And again, thanks for joining us here. So we'll do this after the race. So stay tuned, man. We got some swag to give away. All right, that's enough. How old am I? 35 years old. 35-year-olds should never be saying anything about swag. Okay, I might be a little bit older than 35. Just a little bit. Try reversing that. We're going to be having some of our drivers come up here and talk a little bit about how they
A lot of soul.
knew Lorin and what Lorin meant to them, and we'll do that during the warm-up session. These guys are doing the drive. We'll play a little video here, and then we'll get the drivers up here. We may actually extend warm-up just a little bit. Let's take a look at the qualification results. Lucas Symphony in the 21 will start in P1. Colin Matiak starts outside row 1. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Paul Brown make up row 2. Preston Hassel, Gary Madu will make up row 3s. Todd Robillard, Christian Wilson, 7th and 8th. Artie Vieira, 9th. Jesus Iglesias starts in the 10th position. Starting in 11th will be Sean Jacobs. Tim Lansbury starts 12th. John Stanley 13th. Craig Marizon 14th. Tiago Gomez starts in the 15th position. Jim Willis 16th. Will Dunbar starts in the 17th position. Ed Palumbo 18th. Valdo Spindola starts in the 19th position. Danilo Coelho starts in the 20th position. Starting in 21st will be Kent Thomas, and Jair Oliveira will start in the 22nd position. All right, hey, thanks so much for coming in, and we're going to play a little video, and we'll be back shortly with some folks up in the booth with us. All right, hey, thank you so much for coming back in with us here, and we're going to have some special guests up here in the booth in just a moment. We corral these guys.
Sean said yes.
All right, man, we're joined up here in the booth with by Todd Roblock, Colin Matiak, Jair Oliveira, JJ, Paul Brown, Preston Hassel, and Sean Jacobs. If I'm missing somebody, let me know, guys. But thanks for coming up here. And, of course, this is a big night here for us, the Busted Knuckles 125, Lorin Stoppleworth, and, talk a little bit about what he meant to you as a driver and also as a friend. And, Paul, I think, it's only fitting that you go ahead and start it off here for us tonight.
All right, we're real quick. We'll try to make it as quick as possible. We met Lorin probably 2004, 2005, right when rFactor 2, or rFactor 1 came around. We actually played the multiplayer demo together. That's when I met Lorin and a couple other guys, and we just stuck together, everywhere from there. There on out, ran every race we could find. So Lorin was an awesome dude. He was a shirt off his back, basically, kind of thing. So he was very fun to hang with, especially on a private whisper show.
Todd, I know you raced a lot of laps with him, you and Sean, and you guys spent a lot of time racing with him too. And talk about what your experiences were being friends with Lorin and racing alongside him.
Yeah, I didn't have quite the longevity that Paul did with him back in the early days, I guess, but he was definitely fun to hang around with and race with, and it just shows how much people enjoyed racing with him, basically, by tonight's turnout. It's nice to see all these people here.
That's one reason why I want to be here to race for him. He was a good friend. And one thing that he always actually showed everybody, when you were faster than he was, he would give you that courtesy and let you go past, and he'd tuck behind you and try to get you another time. But he was always, like it says, friendly with all the drivers and raced hard and raced clean. That's what I really liked about him.
Yeah, Preston, I know you raced with him a little short time, but talk about your experience with him. And then we got Colin and JJ as well. I know JJ's raced a lot with him as well.
Yeah, I got to race with Lorin when you got me back into high octane. Wasn't long after that I got to race with him multiple races, and he was like Sean said, he was just very respectable on the track. You know, I always remember hearing his voice, and you know, just one of those voices that you know, you always remembered, and you knew you were in your Friday night race when you heard him. For me, at least, and I just really enjoyed racing with him. I really do miss him, and just very happy and honored to run this race tonight, and very grateful for everybody that showed up.
Well, how about JJ coming here from Brazil to race with us tonight, man? He's been racing the stock cars, and I know he raced a lot with Lorin. And JJ, say a few words about what Lorin meant to you.
Now, first thing I need to say, I'm talking in name of all drivers, all the drivers who participated in the race with Lorin. Lorin always was a big guy, a good guy, and he is funny, you know, all the time, smiling and talking about happy things. So I'm very special, happy to be here tonight, because Lorin was a big teammate on the races. It was a big pleasure share the tracks with him. I miss you, Lorin.
We definitely miss him. And then we got our young gun here, the whippersnapper, Colin Madiak. And I know you guys had some battles there, you and Lorin did, and talk about your, what Lorin meant to you coming into sim racing here.
Yeah, coming in to this league especially, Lorin was one of the few guys I looked up to. Him, Paul, Ed, Todd, on everybody else basically, all the old guard. But Lorin stuck with me. He was one of my first whisper buddies, if not the first whisper buddy I had, and carried me through. He taught me how to race on Daytona and Talladega, kind of showed me the way through stock car racing, and I don't know, it was a big inspiration to keep going and keep showing up every night, and that's why I race for the 41 on my car every time I'm on track.
Well, I'm going to say thanks to all you guys who are coming out and racing here at High Octane Racing League, but especially tonight on a night that means so much to us here at High Octane Racing League. And I know Lorin's looking down on us and smiling tonight.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thanks for putting this on tonight. I'm not sure how Will didn't get up here, but we'll be watching Will's car tonight. Hopefully you can get the 41 to victory lane.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, good luck to you guys.
Thank you, Heath.
Thank you, Heath.
We'll see if we can't get Will Dunbar up here in the booth with us to have a little chat. All right, now we're joined up here in the booth by Will Dunbar, one of our, great HORL guys. The guy's been around for a long time. Got back into sim racing here and trial by fire. Helps, helps run our league and take care of the servers and all that stuff. But he raced alongside Lorin, and I know Lorin means a lot to you. You're racing the 41 card here tonight.
I am, and I just want to say it's an honor. I always run his number as a reminder that I raced with him before on my GT3 cars, because that's where I spoke with him the most. And the chance to run his car in the Oval Series is an amazing feeling, really.
It's interesting you say something about the GT3 cars, because I was participating in a league where I met some of the Brazilian guys like Arthur Vieira, and was practicing tracks, and Paul Brown, and my first exposure really to Lorin, he came out and practiced and helped set up the car for me to race. So, and it was GT3 series, so it was pretty interesting. I guess ironic that you would mention that as well.
It is, but knowing Lorin, he raced everything. So to find his handiwork in every type of car, it doesn't surprise me. I would say the most he helped me in GT3, he drove the Merc usually. he always saw that I had a very weak road course experience, and he gave me great tips that I think have actually made me better over time, also with seat time. But the best advice he gave me was always remember slower into the corner, more power out. And then I live by that mantra, and I think I've been doing pretty well.
Well, hey, best of luck tonight. I want to see that 41 car in victory lane, and I know you're pretty fired up here tonight. You might just be there.
I will do my best. I hope I do Lorin's car justice.
All right, man. Hey, good luck to you tonight.
I mean, thanks, you too.
Right, that's Will Dunbar joining us up here in the booth. So say a few words about Lorin Stoppleworth and what he meant to us. And we've got a great race here for you tonight, man. Big race here for us. And that is the Lorin Stoppleworth Busted Knuckles 125s, race number 6 in the Buschwackers schedule here at Phoenix, his favorite track. And I'm excited for this. Like one driver who's dropped has joined us back, and we're waiting on another guy here, I think. One more driver. Scott Bjornsson is joining us in here. I know Scott, so glad to see him in here and watching the race and joining us in the chat session too. So we're definitely thinking about you too, Scott, tonight. So it looks like we got a couple minutes left, and we're going to forward it on to the race tonight. This is the Busted Knuckles 125. We are racing in honor of Lorin Stoppleworth tonight, the 41 car. We definitely miss him, and we lost him last year. And, man, each and every time we come out and race, we're thinking about Lorin. There's no doubt about that. One thing I remember about Lorin is he was no nonsense, man. I mean, he just liked to get out and race, and he had a good sense of humor. Kind of a different sense of humor. I think anybody who knew him knew it was a little bit, sometimes a little out there. But man, that's what we really liked about him too. He was never a guy that got angry at anybody out there. He never said anything about somebody drove him into the wall or anything like that. It was hey, if I could quote Lorin, shit happens. that was Lorin. So definitely miss him. And I remember, coming home on a Friday and sort of sitting down, chilling out before the race, and I got a message on the day he passed away just before a race, a couple hours there, and had to sort of collect my thoughts. And I almost thought about canceling the race that night, but I thought, Lorin would not want that. And we raced in his honor that night on February the 26th last year. So here we are doing it again. We would trade anything to have him back with us and hanging out here with us on TeamSpeak and driving. But we're going to honor him and put on a great race here for you tonight. And again, thanks for joining us here on TurnLeft TV. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, and we're about ready to get this party started. This is going to be a fun race. Take a look at the point standings quickly here. The top 10, Bardelli Jr. leading in the point standings. You see Preston Hassel, Sean Jacobs, Tim Lansbury, Ed Palumbo rounding out the top 5. Givaldo Spindola, Christian Wilson, Todd Robillard, Paul Brown, Gary Madu in the top 10. Take a look at that 11th through 20th there. You see Jim Willis in 11th, cracking close to the top 10. Jesus Iglesias had a pretty decent season. John Stanley has been a little bit of a part-time driver here. Archie Vieta, Gilmar Peixoto not here tonight. Declan Casey also not here. Tiago Gomez here. Chris Hughes not here. Craig Marizon is, and Lucas Infler is. So we got some drivers here that have a chance to move up in the point standings here tonight. Normal points race for us tonight. No extra points. We take a look at Scott's memories of Lorin as they grew up together, raced everything from bicycles to snowmobiles, motorcycles, cars, anything we can get our grubby hands on. We're going to race tonight with our grubby hands on the sim racing wheel. All right, I think we're getting ready to go, boys and girls. Here we go. The Busted Knuckles 125. The Busted Knuckles 125 tonight.
I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All righty, here we go. The starting order tonight. Luca Sinther in the 21 car starts on the pole. Colin Madiak in the 13 starts second. Starting in third is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Paul Brown starts in the fourth position in the 77 car. Starting in fifth is Preston Hassel in the 27. Gary Madu in the 63 will start sixth. Todd Robillard, seventh. Christian Wilson in the 30 starts in the eighth position. Starting in ninth will be Artur Vieira in the 4 car. Jesus Iglesias starts in the 10th position. Sean Jacobs 11th. Tim Lansbury starts in the 12th position. Starting in 13th will be John Stanley. Craig Marizon in the 2X starts 14th. Thiago Gomez starts in the 15th position. And Jim Willis starts in the 16th spot. Starting in 17th will be Will Dunbar in the 41. Ed Palumbo in the 54 starts in 18th. Givaldo Spindola starts 19th. Danilo Coelho starts in the 20th position. Starting at 21st is Kent Thomas in the 4X, and Jair Oliveira starts in the 22nd position. All right, boys and girls, this is going to be a fun one. It's the Busted Knuckles 125. The pace car is off. Here we go. Who's going to bring home the victory? We're off to green. Lucas Simpfer and Colin Madiak side by side. Lucas Simpfer in that 21 car down on the bottom line there through the dog leg. They are getting wild back there in the pack. It's Colin Madiak making that pass, now jumping up to P1 in the 13 car. Lucas Simpfer in second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is in third. Paul Brown running in the 4th position. Paul Brown in the 77 running in 4th. On board here with Paul Brown as he looks ahead at Claudio Bardelli Jr. Great start here so far. Everybody keeping it pretty clean. Take a look at John Stanley here running in the 12 car, getting around the 30. 2X in this mix as well. Craig Marizon, he's looking to make some moves. Getting around the 30 car. 2X, Craig Marizon now up to the 13th position. Jair Oliveira and Jim Willis here side by side. Jair in the 17 down on the inside line. Getting around the 53. Jim Willis just back there. Danilo Coelho trying to make a pass as well. Right now, Colin Madiak running away from the field here, so these guys are going to have to reel him in. He's got a second lead over the field, so the play tonight. This is 63 and the 27 battling it out. 63, Gary Madu down to the inside line. The 27, Preston Hassel up on the outside line. Gary Madu in the 63 car moves up. Now takes over the 5th spot. Artur Vieira and Todd Robillard here battling it out for the 7th position. Todd Robillard up on the high line as Vieira down on the inside line. He can dog leg. Going to take over P7. Robillard now back to the 8th position. Oh, I'll tell you what, Robillard battling back on the outside line to the 90 car, and that Freightliner sponsor machine now battling back. Good side-by-side battle there between Artur Vieira and Todd Robillard. Robillard winning that battle. Jesus Iglesias now sneaking up into this mix. Craig Marizon here continuing to make some moves. John Stanley up on the outside line as Craig Marizon in that 2X machine. Getting that spot, now up to the 12th position. John Stanley back to 13. I'll tell you right now, this 13 car is checking out. He's got a 2-second lead over the field. These guys better figure something out, or this guy's going to end up lapping them. On the old Bardelli Jr. down below the 21 of Lucas Simpler, so the 91 car trying to make some moves. Bardelli Jr., he's definitely a threat to win this race. 21, Lucas Simpler up on the outside line. Good side-by-side battle there. As Bardelli Jr. inching ahead. Takes the second position. Look at this, Givaldo Spindola, the 54 of Ed Palumbo, and Kent Thomas in the 4X machine battling it out. Givaldo in the 18th position, 68 car battling it out with Kent Thomas. Robillard back on the move here. He's up on the outside line battling the 63. Todd Robillard, those tires to come in. Little tight battle right there between the 63 and the 90. 90 using that outside line to get that spot. What? Now moving to 5th position is the 90 of Todd Robillard. He's got a whole lot of that KISS sponsor machine, number 63, Gary Badu, all over the back of him right now. Jesus Iglesias, I think he might have, he warped out. Jesus Iglesias is warped out here. Oh man, now he's back there. He looks like he's returned, but I think he's still having some problems. Kent Thomas, Givaldo Spindola here rekindling that battle. Kent Thomas down to the inside, getting by. Oh, Givaldo giving him a little bit of a kiss. Givaldo Spindola giving him a little bit of a Brazilian kiss right there. Look at this battle here. The 90, Todd Robillard, battling the 77 of Paul Brown. Robillard using that outside line, picking up that spot. Robillard now up to the 4th position. Paul Brown back to 5th. Jim Willis has had some trouble here. I'm not sure what's going on with Jim Willis, but he's retired his machine. Jim Willis retired his machine. I don't know what's happened to him. Might have lost his connection. 27, Preston Hassel in the 63, Gary Madu. This is for the 6th spot. Preston Hassel taking over P6. Jim Willis dropped connection. What a bummer there. Christian Wilson and the 82, Tim Lansbury, battling it out. Tim Lansbury and that Skyline Chili Ford Mustang up on the top line is the 30 race car sponsor machine. Christian Wilson picking up that spot. Oh, Lansbury getting into the wall. Tim Lansbury making contact with the wall. He's going to have some right side damage on that machine. Will Dunbar going by on the inside, so Will Dunbar taking a position, now up to the 13th position. We've got a yellow flag here. Yellow flag. As Arthur Vieira is sideways right now. Arthur Vieira off the pace. Something's happened to him. What in the world? That car was upside down, sideways. I saw his arm hanging out of that car. Take a look and see what happened. Archie Vieira, something happened to him. Take a look here. Oh, he drifts up the track and gets in. Oh, he just loses the back end of that car, drifts up the track and gets into the 63. And then he is on his side. Go on board here with Gary Madu. He's going to see a whole lot of that 4 car coming up the track and getting into him. And then he gets into the wall right there, so he gets loose. Right here, watch this. Is the 4 car drifted up the track here just a little bit. He loses the back end of this thing, and he starts drifting up right here and gets into the 63 car and then hard into the wall. So 4 car there having some issues. See the 13 coming down pit road here for pit stops. So guys making pit stops here. Taking some tires. This thing is tough on tires here, so drivers using this opportunity to maybe get some fresh rubber on the car. First caution flag. We had a pretty good little green flag run there. Probably like a little bit longer green flag run, but that wasn't too bad. We're going to watch this race off pit lane. This will be good, I think, as we can get behind the get out from behind the sign. This at 91, maybe a 2-tire stop for that 91 car. And Madiak's going to lose some positions on pit lane. Good battle right there with the 63 and the 91 coming off pit lane. Some of these guys taking 2 tires a little risky here early on. Early on. So Bardelli Jr. to the lead in the 91. Paul Brown now in second. Todd Robillard in the 3rd position. So a little shake-up there in the order with some 2-tire strategy going on. I didn't mention my keys to the race. Probably should have, huh? But that's race the track, man. This thing can be a little tough there. Pick your spots on when you're going to make a pass. Remember, there's a dog leg. I'm going to call that the 5th turn. Got to be cognizant of that, man. Things get tightened up in a little hurry in that area. Pit road smarts. You see some 2-tire stops and save tires. Those are the keys to the race tonight. Take a look at the some of Lorin's old cars here. Thanks to Paul Brown on breaking those out. Did a little editing there and getting those out. So these are some of Lorin's old paint schemes. Sharing with you. GT3 racing, little stock car racing, a little bit of everything from Lorin. Getting ready to go back green. He says, Lorin says, stop talking and get to racing. All right, the 91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. starting on the inside here, so we got a little shuffling of the order there. Madiak now back to the 4th position, so he's taking 4 tires, and he said, you guys are crazy for taking 2 tires. So we're going to go back green this time by for the Busted Knuckles 125. And again, we'll say thanks to Scott for coming in here and sharing memories of Lorin and watch the broadcast tonight. And hopefully we got a good show for you. 91 will lead the field to take the green flag. Here we go. Pace car is off. We got 2 cars out of the race. Both those guys had connection issues, it looks like. Still 20 drivers here joining us. Here we go. Back to green. Be a dash into the turn here. 77 on the outside line here, battling the 91 car. Side by side through the dog leg. This guy's still side by side back there in the pack. It's Paul Brown drag racing down the front stretch and grabbing that lead, the 77 car to the race lead. This would be a big win for the 77. Adiak there battling back in the third position, getting around Todd Robillard. Robillard's got a fast car, man, on that outside line. He made some moves in that first run, so keep your eye on that 90 car. Colin Madiak now challenging the 91. Madiak tried to hold it down to the inside line, not able to do it. Oh, the 90 getting into the wall a little bit. Almost gives up a position, but he has scraped the wall. The 90 now flirting with the wall again as the 90 car. Working that outside on the outside of the 13. The 90 and the 13 battling side by side as the 90, Todd Robillard here trying to get around. Now you got the 91 car in this mix. Paul Brown says, you guys go ahead and race it out here. The 63 getting up the track. He making contact with the wall. Gary Madu. Ed Palumbo in the 54 car on the outside line. He's battling Gary Madu now. That Mellow Yellow sponsor machine. This will be a big win for him. Is Ed Palumbo in the 54 car here battling the 63. That 63 made some contact with the wall. You see now Craig Marizon starting to climb up into this mix too. Got some good racing going on. This is fun, man. No wonder Lorin loved this track. This is a lot of fun. How about Tim Lansbury? That's on the restart there a little bit. Sorry, Tim. We're going to give you some airtime, I promise. Danilo Coelho in the 8X. See Kent Thomas here battling it out. Kent Thomas in that 4X up on the high side is the 8X. Danilo Coelho picking up a spot now up to the 17th position. Good racing going on, man. Preston Hassel, Sean Jacobs, a couple old HORL guys battling it out. These guys have been with HORL for a long, long time. 27, Preston Hassel and the AMD sponsor machine. Sean Jacobs taking it easy on him because he's a fan of AMD. Palumbo in that spot. They're not able to run away from Gary Madu, but right now the guy running away is the 77. But we got a great battle here. Look at this, the 13 and the 90 battling it out. 13 says, hey, I tell you what, I'm going to go to that high side and play a little game there. He's now battling. Now up to the third position. Now the 13 battling the 91. Martin Bear has rejoined, or excuse me, gotten back in this mix. He's had some connection issues, I think, and now one lap down. Not sure what's going on with that 4 car. He is one lap down. He is in the lucky dog position. Kent Thomas at the tail end of the field on the lead lap, so he's going to hold on to that spot. Gary Madu, Ed Palumbo here battling as Gary Madu dives into the turn. Drifts up the track there a little bit, getting by the 54. Ed Palumbo in that mellow yellow sponsor machine. Now back to the 6th position. Jim Lansbury here making some moves in an 82 car. He had some pretty significant damage on that first run. Now moving up to the 17th position, getting by Givaldo Spindola. Tell you what, somebody making the moves. It's the 13, Colin Madiak using the outside line, battling the 91 of Claudio Bardelli Jr. Good side-by-side racing there as the 13 getting by. Sean Jacobs and Craig Marizon here having a fight. 2X of Craig Marizon on the inside line. Sean Jacobs in the 24, that Western Auto sponsor machine up on the outside line as Sean Jacobs holding on to that spot. In the 9th position, Craig Marizon has to settle for 10th. Sean Jacobs in that Western Auto sponsor number 24, working on the back of the 27, Preston Hassel. Ed Palumbo now battling the 21. That 21, Lucas Simpner starting to give Ed Palumbo some fits here. Ed Palumbo looking out of the back of his car. You say Lucas Sinfer looking on the bottom side. Ed Palumbo says, no, can't do this time, buddy. That Flex Seal sponsor Mustang now tucks back in, running in the 7th position. Ed Palumbo is in 6th, so good battle here between the 54 and the 21. 21 needs a little bit more space maybe to pull off that pass. The 54 now realizes the 21 down below. And a great battle here as the 21 car picking up that spot, and Preston Hassel may end up trying to pass him as well. So on board here with Ed Palumbo as he tucks in, now back to the 7th position. Good little tight racing right there. Great racing. Tim Lansbury continuing to make some moves. You see the 9X, Thiago Gomez on the insides. Tim Lansbury using that outside line, making some tricks out of oh man, that got tied out of Todd Robillard's playlist. The 82 picking up that spot. Wow, that got tied. Looking out of the front of Tim Lansbury's machine. Danilo Coelho in the 8X. Gonna leave him some room. Tim Lansbury gonna get by. Continuing to make some moves. Tim Lansbury getting around the 9X and the 8X. Now up to 15th. Look at this. 27. Preston Hassel moving to the high line. Battling the 54. Preston Hassel, AMD sponsor Ryzen 27 Ford Mustang. Now up to the 7th position as Ed Palumbo falls back to 8th. Sean Jacobs in this mix too. Sean Jacobs watching that action. He's wanting a little piece of this action. Sean Jacobs up on the outside. He's going to use this outside line. A little bit of a boost right there halfway through the turn. Using that outside line, getting by the 54. Out there, 17. Jair Oliveira in the 17 car. Down on the bottom line here, battling the 2X. Craig Marazon. Artiviera here, that Deguste Burger sponsor machine. Getting by the 2X, Craig Marazon now falls back to the 11th position as Jair Oliveira now cracking the top 10. Paul Brown continuing to lead, half a second lead over the 13 of Colin Madiak. The whippersnapper. Good battling here. We'll take it. Will Dunbar running in the 41 car tonight. He said, hey, yeah, I want to drive this car. Paul Brown said, hey, I've driven it. I drove it last year. And Will Dunbar said, I want to go ahead and get behind the wheel. He spoke at the pre-race show about what Lorin meant to him. And he's getting back into sim racing and how helpful Lorin was for him. Ed Palumbo in his 54 car. Ed Palumbo in the 54 here, giving up a position to the 2X machine. Good battle here between the 2X and the 54. Look at this. This battle not going away. Craig Marazon, Ed Palumbo having a good fight here. A couple cagey veterans battling it out here in the Lorin Stoppleworth Busted Knuckles 125. Craig Marazon now picking up that 10th position. Good racing here. Now we're going to have some green flag pit stops, I think. I'm hearing some guys indicating they may be coming down pit lane. Gary Madu indicating he's coming down pit lane in that 63 car. We might start seeing some pit stops here happening. You see the 77, Paul Brown, the race leader, is the 63. You're on lap 41, making a pit stop. Gary Madu, the first, come down pit lane. Might be some strategy there. He might be working that calculator. And figure out that best strategy. Gary Madu finishing up his pit stop. Coming back out on track. '77 now running up on some lap traffic, getting by Givaldo Spindola, putting him a lap down. Spindler now in the lucky dog position. He had a little trouble there getting around Givaldo. Slowed him up a little bit, and you see right there, bringing the heat is Colin Madiak in that 13 car. Running in P2. 0.6 of a second back. Paul Brown, the race leader here on lap 43. Busted Knuckles 125. Our inaugural event for Lorin Stoppleworth. We're definitely going to be running this every year. What a huge success this has been so far. 22 drivers joining us tonight. But you guys just wanting to come up and talk to us in the pre-race show. How important Lorin was to them. Here we are out here running a heck of a race to honor him. Take a look, Claudio Bardelli Jr. He's having a good race running in the 3rd position. I'll tell you what, man, this guy is one of the cagiest guys out there. I mean, he's figured it out. He's starting to rack up wins. He's always gotten that car up front, and he's starting to work some strategies there that are just, for some of these other guys, just they can't figure it out. I mean, he's been able to win on fuel mileage a couple times, and absolutely doing a great job in that 91 camp. Look at this, Sean Jacobs battling, this is a lap car there. Givaldo Spindle, a lap car there as Preston Hassel gets stuck behind, and Sean Jacobs going to get by. So Preston Hassel giving up a spot there. Sean Jacobs snookering him and getting by, making that pass, taking over the 6th position. Look at this. John Stanley, Ed Palumbo here battling it out. John Stanley here working on the 10th position. That die-hard sponsored Ford Mustang. Ed Palumbo now in 11th. What, man, we haven't talked too much about Christian Wilson here in that 30 car. Not quite had the season this season that he's wanted, and he's been a little bit of a part-time racer this season. But I'll tell you, that race program overall has improved a great deal. And this 30 car right now is in the 12th position. He is looking to make over, maybe take P11. So this 30 car showing some heat here. Always down below the yacht line there, but did not gain a position. But he's showing some bringing the heat here tonight. This 30 car. So keep your eye on that 30. Christian Wilson, one of our young guns. This guy's rolling up on some lap traffic now. Givaldo Spindle up on the outside line as Christian Wilson makes a pass. Iago Gomez and Danilo Coelho here battling it out. The 9X getting by that 8X. The 8X letting him go as Thiago Gomez out making that pass, taking over P15. Paul Brown extending that lead to 1.3 seconds on Colin Madiak. Madiak running in P2. Pretty tight battle there between he and the 91. The 91 starting to close in on 2nd position. A good little battle here going on between Colin Madiak and Claudio Bardelli Jr. About a half a second separates the two of those guys. Todd Robillard running in the 4th position. Lucas Simpner is in 5th. Take a look at this. Christian Wilson, Ed Palumbo here battling it out. Oh, man! Good tight battle there between the 54 and the 30. The 30 car down on the bottom line, going to take over P11, getting by the 54 car. And I tell you what, anytime you're passing that 54 car, you are doing some work. He is one of the hardest drivers to pass on the track. I mean, that guy knows about racing lines and says, hey, I'm not going to give you this line, but I have to earn it. And Christian Wilson did a great job. Those guys racing each other pretty cleanly right there. Craig Marizon here, the 2X car. Oh, man, there was some contact there. Looked like contact. Gary Madu and Jair Oliveira got together. Marizon takes that spot, and I think Gary Madu was off the pace there, or he's in the 18th position, but there was some contact, I believe. We'll take a look and see what happened here. Look at this. JJ comes down, maybe gets into that 63 car. There was contact. Go back here and take a look. This is 63. Now he's made a pit stop. He's on a little bit fresher tires here, so this is a little bit earlier. 63 is on fresher tires. He's made that pit stop, rolling up on these guys. See this right here. He's rolling up on the 2X machine. That's Craig Marazon. See the 63 down on the inside. He's getting by Marazon. And watch this. Sliding that car through the turn. And 63 down on the inside as the 17 getting down, and I don't think he expected that 63 car to be there, and he gets down into the 63 car. There were some more shenanigans, I think. '91, Claudio Bardelli Jr. on pit lane. Excuse me, Bardelli Jr. is to the lead as Paul Brown on pit lane. So pit stops underway. 91 the leader. Lucas Simpler is in second. And there were some shenanigans that went on there. Now, I'm not sure what all transpired, but there was some shenanigans. As the 91 leading the field. Got the guys who have led some laps on pit lane now finishing up their pit stops. 6 cars on the lead lap. As Bardelli Jr. now in the 91 car coming down pit lane. A lot of heat there as also the 21 coming onto pit lane. Craig Marazon now stays out. Oh, he's coming down pit lane. He's coming down. Christian Wilson in the 30 car. Bardelli Jr. giving up the race lead to come down pit lane. 21 on pit lane. See Lucas Simpler, the pole setter, on pit lane. I think Colin Madiak and Paul Brown to be the race leaders when it's said and done here, as Colin Madiak now back to the race lead. After pit stops, a little bit better deal there for the 13. Colin Madiak, Paul Brown in second. Bardelli Jr. finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track, and I think he's in the 3rd position. He is interesting deal that shaped up there. Colin Madiak leading. Paul Brown in second, Bardelli Jr. third, Simpler fourth, Robillard is in 5th. Pit stops cycled through. We've had one caution flag. We're approaching halfway. And our young gun, the whippersnapper, the 13 of Colin Madiak, is the race leader. Paul Brown in the 77, about half a second back in the 2nd position. Some battling going on here. Maybe some tippers flaring. A lot of guys here with a little bit different pit strategy. Some guys taking 2 tires on that first pit stop. Look at this, 77 starting to close in a hurry on the 13 car. This will be a battle for the race lead. Looking at the back of the 13. See Paul Brown in the 77. He wants this race. He wants this inaugural Lorin Stoppleworth Busted Knuckles 125. Colin Madiak coming out to race here tonight, especially for this race. He wants this race badly as well. Looking at the halfway results. John Stanley, whoa, take a look at this. Whoa. There we go. Colin Madiak, the leader at halfway. Paul Brown second. Bardelli Jr. third. Simpler fourth. Robillard fifth. You see Jacobs, Hassel, Madu, Marizan and Palumbo rounding out the top 10 halfway. Good battling here. Preston Hassel and Gary Madu here battling it out. Preston Hassel in the 27 car. Gary Madu in the 63. 27 getting by, taking over the 7th position. Gary Madu back to 8th. Danilo Coelho in the 8X machine. Battling Kent Thompson in the 4X. Coelho in that 8X taking over the 18th position. Kent Thomas back to 19th. Madiak in the 13 car leading the field. 65 laps in. Good race so far. 1 caution flag. Phoenix is always a fun race, man, and guys really like this track. We've got 14 drivers on the lead lap. 60 laps to go. This track going to start rubbering in as you see Kent Thomas up high, letting these guys go. This track going to start rubbering in here a little bit. That may slicken things up. Take a look at Lucas Simpner in the 4th position in this 21 car. Starting to close in on Bardelli Jr. This guy's great at saving tires, saving fuel. Working that calculator. He's running in P4 right now. John Stanley and the 54 of Ed Palumbo here battling it out. John Stanley in the 12 car, taking over the 10th position. Getting by the 54 of Ed Palumbo. Tim Lansbury in this mix too. Now, Tim Lansbury running in P12 in that 82 car. He's trying to set his sights on that 54 of Ed Palumbo. Lansbury in the Skyline Chili Ford Mustang trying to close in on that 54. These 3 guys have raced a lot of laps together, man. Very good friends right there. In that 12, that 54, that 82. And those guys also great friends with Lorin Stoppleworth. Starting to roll up on some lap traffic here is the 13, and this tighten things up. You see Paul Brown in the 77 car. Tighten things up here. Colin Madiak the leader. Paul Brown in 2nd. This guy's getting by Givaldo Spindola, who's running in the 20th position. Iago Gomez in the 9X machine. He's the last car on the lead lap, and he's just ahead. Ed Palumbo says, hey, man, I'll tell you what, I'm going to get back by here. John Stanley up on the outside as Ed Palumbo says, I'm going to get back by. Takes that position back over. Takes over P10 again as John Stanley on the outside line. He's going to leave that door open maybe for Tim Lansbury on the inside. And Colin Madiak in the wall here. Colin Madiak in the wall as we were watching a replay there of a pass. Colin Madiak is in the wall in the 13 car. Oh no! I just wonder if there was some contact between the 77 and the 13. Oh boy. We'll see what happened here. Let's take a look. See what happened is the 77. Oh! 77 and the 13 getting together, and the 13 a hard lick into the outside wall. On board here with the 13 car. 77 and 13 getting together, and that 13 hard lick right there. Oh, my heaven. On board here with Paul Brown. And in contact between the two of those guys, and that's a hard one right there. Take a look at this again, slow-mo here. As they're going down on that inside right there through the dog leg. It looks like, and kind of drifting up there a little bit. Both those guys drifting up. And I'll tell you what, I'll tell you what, man. It looked like both those guys sort of arguing for the same real estate. So that was an interesting one there. It looked like, through that dog leg, things got a little tight. You see the 77 coming down pit lane, the 91 coming down pit lane. All right. Wow, that was an interesting little deal. So the 90 of Todd Robillard here, the leader. All right, Todd Robillard is the leader, and we're going to have some wave around cars here, I believe. Hey, don't forget why we're under caution here. Let's do a little advertising. The California Speedway race, it's the Saturday Showdown Series coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. Great series here. It's race number 2 of a 10-race season. We're going to have a lot of international drivers joining us. A lot of folks from Europe, Brazil, Canada, and a great series here, and this is going to be a good one. The Saturday Showdown Series, always a fun series, and this will be a big field, so we're excited for this race coming up at California Speedway, being live right here on TurnLeft TV tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 90 of Todd Robillard will lead the field to take the green flag this time by. I think he's decided he's going to go to the outside. 27 down to the inside. So Preston Hassel, the 27, going to start on the inside line, and the lane choice went to Todd Robillard in the 90. As we're getting ready to go back green here to start lap 76 here in the Lorin Stoppleworth Busted Knuckles 125. Here we go. Back to green. Starts second caution flag tonight. 50 laps to go. Intensity level going to pick up here. See that 90 and the 27 here battling it out. Well, KG veterans there. Things getting a little bit more intense. As Robillard in the 90 clears the 27 car. Gary Madu and the 13 of Colin Madiak here battling it out. Madu in the 63 car, Colin Madiak in the 13, side by side. On board here with Gary Madu. Through the dog leg. Oh, he was going to go down to the bottom side there, and I think Craig Marizon was down below, and he backed off, but now Marizon gives him the room. It's a 63 sideways there through the turn. Christian Wilson and Tim Lansbury here battling it out. This the 30 of Christian Wilson and Tim Lansbury in the 82. Good side-by-side racing there. 4 at Palumbo in this mix. At Palumbo and that mellow yellow sponsor machine. Another pretty good night here. Quiet. You keep your eye on that 54 car. He finds a way to get to the front. They're still having a good battle there behind as Tim Lansbury and Christian Wilson here argued for the same real estate. It is John Stanley and Arthur Vieta. Good battle here. Look at that, Stanley. Oh, Vieta on the inside. It gets up a little high there. It gets into the 12 car a little bit. Well, with John Stanley making that pass. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and the 21 of Lucas Simpner here battling it out. This is for the 3rd position. Bardelli Jr. to the inside. Simpner on the outside line. Looking out of the back of Claudio Bardelli Jr.'s machine. Lucas Simpner tucks in. Now in the 4th position. Colin Madiak and Sean Jacobs here battling. This is for the 6th spot. Madiak to the outside. Little Mustang versus Camaro action here. There's a 13 picking up that spot. Craig Marizon and Gary Madu here battling it out. The 2X, Craig Marizon down to the inside. As Gary Madu in a 63 falls back to the 9th position. Madiak continuing to make some moves here. He's now battling Paul Brown. Yeah, these guys just got into one another. It's Madiak using that outside line. Making that pass, getting around the 77. Taking over P5 to 77, now back to the 6th position. Right now, Todd Robillard likes that. He likes what he sees as he is leading the field. He's got about 3/4 of a second lead on Breaston Hassel. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is in 3rd. Lucas Simpner 4th. Colin Madiak in 5th. Christian Wilson in the 30 car here, still battling those cagey old guard veterans. Oh, there's contact! Rub a little yellow paint off on that 54 car. Said you need some more yellow on the mellow yellow sponsor machine. Christian Wilson getting by a little fender rubbing right there. Now picking up P10. Ed Palumbo now back to the 11th position. Tell you what, Christian, that is poking the hornet's nest. Take a look at Will Dunbar here in his 41 car. He's running in the 16th position. He's in the lucky dog position at 41. We got a, take a look at that machine. I actually painted this car for Lorin. He wanted a new paint scheme, and I painted this car for him. And we got that Auto Works sponsor on the back right there. We'll get the little advertisement in, Auto Works. The Lorin Stoppleworth sponsor machine driven by Will Dunbar here tonight. Lorin's old paint scheme. Todd Robillard in the 90, continuing to lead. Gary Madu looks like he's retired his machine. Look at this. He's coming down pit lane, so it looks like he might have retired his machine here tonight. Showing him as a DNF. For the 63, Gary Madu. Now I don't know whether he was going to pit or what, but he sped down pit lane. and has retired his machine. So I don't know what's going on there with that 63, but looks like he is out of the race. To the 90 of Todd Robillard, the leader. Preston Hassel in second. Claudio Bardelli Jr. third. Lucas Simpner in fourth. Colin Matiak is in the fifth position. Good battle here. Sean Jacobs and Craig Marazon battling it out. The 24 car right now running in the seventh position. Craig Marazon is running in eighth. Good battle there. The 77, Paul Brown running in sixth. So a good three-way battle. Up this, John Stanley, Tim Lansbury. These guys have been around each other all night long. Ed Palumbo in this mix too. Good three-way battle here as John Stanley goes to the outside, battling the 82. John Stanley picking up the 11th positions. Tim Lansbury falls back to 12. Archer Vieira here having a little bit of a tough night. Uncharacteristic for Archer. He's running in the 13th position now. I think he's had some contact early on, but really one of our great Brazilian drivers. I was talking about him in the pre-race show as this guy could flat out drive anything. My first introduction to Archer Vieira was in a GT3 Series event a couple years ago, and he ended up winning that event at a very tough track, Oschersleben. And here he is coming down pit lane to making a pit stop. So here on lap 92, Archer Vieira in the 4 car making a pit stop. Valdo Spindola letting those guys go, and again, one of our nicest drivers on the track, man. And I'll tell you what, we talk about a loyal HORL member. This guy's absolutely loyal to the bone. Each and every week comes out early, getting out of the track, chatting in the chat session, wishing everybody luck, and really one of our nicest guys, man. Absolutely have a lot of respect for Givaldo Spindola in that 68 car. He's just letting these guys go, and he realized these guys were faster. And letting these guys go, and that's good race etiquette right there by Givaldo. Take a look at the 90. Todd Robillard, our leader, here on lap 94. Well, Givaldo indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane here in the 68 crew, signaling that they are going to be coming down pit lane this time. We'll take a look as Givaldo Spindola in the 68 car making a pit stop. As Todd Robillard, the leader. Preston Hassel is in second. Bardelli Jr. third, Zintner fourth, Matiak fifth. Spindola on pit lane in that 68. We got a bird's eye view apparently of that pit stop. This is Freightliner sponsored Camaro continuing to lead the field, but I tell you, somebody running them down, and that is Preston Hassel. In the second position as we see Givaldo Spindola finishing up his pit stop. Coming back out on track. Picking that long haul down pit lane, that slow haul here at on pit lane. Kind of a unique one of those pit lanes that curves around a little bit. It's a long time to get off pit lane. Here's Givaldo now back out, going to the racing surface. Back in business. Take a look at Preston Hassel running in the second position. I think Bardelli Jr. is on pit lane too. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. here in the 91 making a pit stop here on lap 97. Take a look at Sean Jacobs here in the 24. He's running in the seventh position. Bardelli Jr., another one of those guys making an early pit stop. And I'll tell you what, you better watch it. You better watch this guy because he's got that strategy figured out. He's won a couple of races on pit strategy. Look at this, the 12 car and the 54. Like I said, these guys have been around each other all night long. The 12, John Stanley now picking up P9, getting around the 54 of Ed Palumbo. Some great battling here. Tim Lansbury in this mix. Getting some good friends right there running in 9th, 10th, and 11th. Robillard still not made a pit stop. Closing the gap is Preston Hassel. Take a look at the Robillard, Hassel, Madiak, Sinfeder, Brown, the top 5. The 90 car indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane this time by Todd Robillard. In the 90 car, Freightliner sponsor Camaro. Maybe this final pit stop, indicating he's going to be coming down pit lane through the dog leg there. Coming around turn 4. The 90 peeling off the track to make a pit stop. It can be a little challenging here to pit. Preston Hassel making a pit stop here. He gained a little spot right, a little distance. A good battle there between the two of those guys. And that brings Colin Madiak back to the race lead. But look at this, we got a gaggle of cars behind him. These guys all vying for the race lead now. Bardelli Jr. in the 91, Lucas Sinfeder, the 21. Look at this, 13 peels off the track to make a pit stop. That gives Lucas Sinfeder the race lead. Bardelli Jr. has made his pit stop. So the 21. Leading the field here is Flex Seal sponsor machine here on lap 103. Now, I don't think he's going to be able to make it on without making another pit stop here. So the 77 finishing up his pit stop is the 21, Lucas Sinfeder, the leader. Talk about a guy who's won some races on pit strategy. This guy is a master at it. Lucas Sinfeder in this Flex Seal sponsor machine. Does great race interviews. You see the 21 now coming off track, making that pit stop. So Lucas Sinfeder making a pit stop. Take a look at Tim Lansbury, now the race leader here in this 82 car. This Skyline Chili Ford Mustang, now the leader. Now, I know he's got to come down pit lane. I just know that's the deal. As you see in the 24 is Sean Jacobs, who has made a pit stop. On fresher tires getting by. Now back on the lead lap is Sean Jacobs. Christian Wilson also on pit lane. He's finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Christian Wilson in the 30 car. Winding them down here. 20 laps to go. Laps to go here as Tim Lansbury leading the field. Preston Hassel barking at his pit crew. The 27 car barking at his pit crew because they didn't put tires on his car. He's on older tires and he's going to be dropping like a stone here. As he's on older tires. How can the pit crew forget to put tires on your car, man? It's the 7th position now. Preston Hassel in that 27 car is hoping for a caution flag. He wants a caution flag. He is on old tires. Did not change tires on that pit stop. Oh, my heavens. Not good. He and the pit crew are having a conversation now. As Tim Lansbury continuing to lead. He's got a 9-second lead, almost a 10-second lead over P2. Claudio Bardelli Jr. Oh, my heavens. John Stanley and Arthur Vieira here battling late in the race as the 12 car getting it around the 4 of Arthur Vieira. Picking up P11, John Stanley now up to the 11th position. Vieira now back to 12. Oh my heavens. Lansbury hanging out, man. I'll tell you what. Can he make it the rest of the way? I don't think he can. I mean, I don't know what that fuel load is, but I just think Lansbury has got to come back down pit lane. I don't think he's going to be able to make it. This would be a huge win for Tim Lansbury. He's given up some time, though. Now 2 seconds shaved off that lead. You see John Stanley in 12 car going by, getting back on the lead lap. And there we go, Tim Lansbury making a pit stop. So that answers that question. Lansbury in the Skyline Chili Mustang now making a pit stop. And that's going to give the race lead to Claudio Bardelli Jr. Check in on Kent Thomas here in the 4X. He's had a interesting race. He's running in the 17th position, but good to see Kent out, man. He's racing from Happy Hour Racing League. Those guys race on Monday nights and also Thursday nights. If you're interested in doing some great racing on a Monday night, man, check out Happy Hour Racing League. Those guys I think they had like 17 drivers the other night. Brent Owen runs that league and does a great job. And definitely one of the nicest guys around. And Kent Thomas coming over here and racing with us on a Friday night from the Happy Hour Racing League. So good to see him out here. Best racing out there on a Monday night, no doubt about that. And that is a Happy Hour Racing League. Look at this, man. Great racing here. Colin Madiak, 77, Paul Brown, and the 90. Todd Robillard here. This is racing for the 3rd position as the 77. What in that spot? Battling the 90 car and also the 13. Colin Madiak in this mix. My heavens, man. Look at that 3-way battle here. We're winding down the laps. Bardelli Jr. wants to see exactly that. Look at that, man. That great battle there. Looking out of the back of the 77. Colin Madiak, Todd Robillard here battling it out. Robillard up on the outside line. Madiak down on the inside line. Madiak going to win out on that fight, looks like. Madiak now up to the 4th position. Take a look at Paul Brown here running in 3rd. Great battling there. For Bardelli Jr., the leader. He's got just a second lead over Lucas Simpner. Simpner starting to close in a little bit. Closing in on Bardelli Jr. This would be a big win for Lucas Simpner. He is closing in a hurry on Bardelli Jr. Now 0.7 of a second separating the two of those guys. It looks like a 2-man race here with about 10 to go. And Bardelli Jr. up there and scraping the wall a little bit. 10 laps to go. And the 21, who's got fresher tires, is closing in on Claudio Bardelli Jr. Great battling here, the 91 and the 21. Lucas Simpner on the inside, down below the 91. Simpner in that Ford Mustang battling the Camaro. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Lucas Simpner down to the race lead. So Lucas Simpner in the 21 getting the race lead from Claudio Bardelli Jr. And how many times have we seen this? Lucas Simpner now starting to walk away from Claudio Bardelli Jr. Paul Brown in 3rd, Madiak 4th, Robillard rounding out the top 5. Been a great race here, man. We've had some great battling on the track. We've had 2 caution flags and a big field here tonight. 22 drivers joining us. We've got, looks like 17 still in the race. Some of these guys, I think, had some connection issues. I know 2 guys had connection issues. And 21, Lucas Simpner now opening up a second lead. Paul Brown is chipping away, but he is running out of time. He is 6 seconds down to the race leader. He needs a caution flag. Lucas Simpner says no caution flags. Do not want to see that. Flex Seal sponsor machine. Clear track ahead for him. At least for now anyway. You're starting to see some guys getting reeled in here. Now lap traffic could be a factor here. See that 4X machine there starting to burn up those right side tires. And this could be a factor here. We take a look at the 4X. Kent Thomas. He is 3 laps down as Lucas Simpler rolling up on him, getting by. Great race IQ right there. Racing etiquette out of the 4X machine, letting him go. Does not want to be a factor here for the win. Paul Brown now 5.9 seconds back. He is running out of time. He's wanting to win this race. He's running in the 3rd position. Got 6 seconds now. Late race pass here is the 30 car. Getting by the 27. The 27 trying to limp this thing around on old tires in the 30 now. Christian Wilson taking over the 8th position. Justin Hassel back to 9th. 3 laps to go for the 21 car, and he's starting to roll up on some lap traffic. Now these are guys that do not want to give up a lap here, so they're going to be hard to race. 82, Tim Lansbury on the lead lap. He does not want to go a lap down here. This could slow up the 21 car somewhat. '82 on the tail end of the lead lap in 13. 21, Lucas Simpler with 2 laps to go. Down on the inside, trying to get around the 82 car. Good clean route battle right there. The 82 using that outside line, holding on to that spot. 2 laps to go across the start-finish line. We'll have 1 to go for Lucas Simpler of the 21. Tim Lansbury might have made some contact with the wall. We've got 1 lap to go here for the 21 car. Lucas Simpler in this Flex Seal sponsor machine. Coming off turn 2, down the backstretch, through the dog leg. Lucas Simpler in the Flex Seal sponsor Mustang. Coming around turn 4 is going to end up winning the inaugural Busted Knuckles 125. Lucas Simpler getting the win. Congratulations to Lucas Simpler on a great race. So Lucas Simpler in the 21 getting the win here for Lorin Stoppleworth in the Busted Knuckles 125. Bardelli Jr. So we got to try to get a good screenshot of his car here to try to figure out how to operate our drone. So congratulations to Luca. Right job to Lucas Simpler on getting the win here in the Flexio sponsor machine. This Busted Knuckles 125, the inaugural event here honoring Lorin Stoppleworth in a great race. So Lucas Simpler getting a big win here. So Lucas Simpler getting the win in the Busted Knuckles 125. Let's take a look at the final results. What a great race here, huh? Great race here tonight. Lucas Simpler gets the win. Bardelli Jr., what a good race there for him. Finished second. Paul Brown finishes third. Colin Madiak finishes in the 4th position. Finishing in 5th is Todd Robillard in the 90. Craig Marizon finishes in the 6th position. Sean Jacobs 7th. Christian Wilson finishes in the 8th position. John Stanley 9th. Preston Hassel hanging on for a 10th place finish. Finishing in 11th is Archie Viet in the 4 car. Ed Palumbo 12th. Tim Lansbury 13th. Danilo Coelho, good race there for him, finished in the 14th position. In 15th is Will Dunbar. Givallo Spindle is 16th. Kent Thomas 17th. Gary Madu finishes in the 18th position. Jair Oliveira finishes in 19th. And Thiago Gomez finishes in the 20th position. Finishing in 21st is Jim Willis in the 53. And Jesus Iglesias finishes in the 22nd position. So congratulations to Luca Sinfeder on getting the win here at Phoenix in the Busted Knuckles 125. Let's see if we can't have a chat with Luca. Wow, that was interesting, man. Really interesting race. And we'll see if we can't get Luke up here in the booth with us. All right, the Simpler in the 21 coming up here to the booth. All right, congratulations, Luca Simpler, on getting the win here at Phoenix in the Busted Knuckles 125.
Thank you. What a crazy race it was. I did not think I would come near winning that one.
Well, you know, I'll be honest with you. I thought as the race started playing out there that really, I want to say not going to be a factor there, but there you had that last pit stop. Things just worked out in your favor.
I think I got really lucky. You know, the pit strategy just worked out fine. I think a lot of people took 4 tires on the caution. And then they took 4 tires again, 2 tires on the caution and then 4 tires on the green flag pit stop. But I did the opposite, and I think it just somehow worked out fine.
And we had a great race, too, all night, really. We just had 2 caution flags and a lot of great side-by-side racing. Talk about that racing tonight for you, throughout the course of the race. I know you had to fight pretty hard to get up front.
You know, it was really hard to get up front. I have to say that is true. I got pushed back a couple of times, and it might have been a little bit demoralizing, but I came back with every caution. I get a reset, and the last one, just happened to be, the one that turned on everything.
Well, I know you had a chance to race with Lorin Stoppleworth, and here we are running this race. Now going to be an annual event here. What does it mean to win this race, the first one to honor Lorin Stoppleworth?
To be honest, it's I gotta say it's kind of an honor to have that, because although I didn't really how do I say this? I didn't really race with him too often. Like, this was mostly at the very end, last couple of months, but it's I got to know him a bit, but I didn't but not to the extent as the other guys. But it's good to know that there's still that he's still out there, not still out there, but like that, his memory is still intact.
Well, hey, congratulations! Very well said, man. Really, I know he means a lot to us, and we're definitely thinking about him. And what a he would definitely be proud in the race that you ran tonight too. So you did a great job, and I think all the drivers need to be commended in the drop they did tonight here and bringing a great race here to the fans.
Thank you, and I just I have to give a shout out to all the drivers, including my teammates. It was a great race all around, and I think it was just awesome to be here tonight.
I'm going to say, you brought that up. I tell you, what about Christian Wilson, man? That race program has really improved. I know he is part of your team there, Team Luca. And, talk briefly about Christian Wilson and the improvement you've seen out of him.
Christian Wilson, honestly, he's been getting better. I remember at the start, I remember at Martinsville in particular, he didn't do very well. It was pretty disappointing for him. But, as he joined the Team Luca ranks, everything just, slowly he's getting better. Maybe, he came back from a back market. Now he's midfield. Sometimes he gets those, top fives, those big numbers.
Man, I don't know. Whatever you got, it's rubbing off on people. Maybe I need to apply to join Team Luca.
I mean, we're always accepting.
All right. Hey, man, great job. You always do a great interview, too. So kudos to you, and good job to you, and good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you very much.
All right, that is Lucas Simpner in the Busted Knuckles 125 victory lane. So congratulations to Luca on bringing home the victory. That was a big one there, and very proud of him. Well, I tell you what, we had a good turnout here tonight, and we have a drawing to do. So the guys that are eligible for the drawing are the guys who have raced this season and, of course, showed up tonight. So we'll do our drawing here for those guys. And hang on one second here, and we'll do get things set up, make sure folks are listening to me on the chat or on the channel. So we're going to have the Wheel of Fun to honor Lorin Stoppleworth, and our first drawing here will be for a $25 Steam gift card. And we've got our Wheel of Names here. Drivers who are eligible for this. Got our Wheel of Names here, and this is the Busted Knuckles 125. So this is for a $25 gift card here, and we'll see if we can't get this spun. So here we go. So our winner is Givaldo Sprindola. So Givaldo gets the win for the first one. So congratulations, Givaldo. See, try to remove his name. Oh, wait a minute. Our second winner will be Ed Palumbo. So our second winner. See if we can't remove that name. Well, it's not removing the name, so we got to hang tight here for a second. So we've got Givaldo and Ed, our first two winners. So let's get those names up there. So we got Givaldo up there for our first winner, I should say. Ed Palumbo also wins a $25 Steam gift card. Now, we're going to do a $50 win. Now, I didn't remove the names, but we know that those guys, since they already won, they're not going to be eligible for the next one. So you'll have to play along here. But last time it worked, me removing the names on the broadcast there, but for some reason it's not doing it on this one. But so we're going to go for the $50 Steam gift card. Here we go. $50 Steam gift card goes to Paul Brown. So Paul Brown gets that $50 Steam gift card. So that goes to Paul Brown. So congratulations to Paul. All right, for the big deal, man, the Big Mac Daddy, and that is for the button box. For the button box. And this is the big one here. So here we go. For the button box, Will Dunbar. Will Dunbar gets the button box. There we go. There are your winners. So there we go. So, wow, how about that? Here we go. So there are the winners tonight. We get the wheel of names off there. So congratulations to Givaldo Spindola, Ed Palumbo, Paul Brown, and Will Dunbar on getting the prizes. All right. Hey, man, what a great night here, huh? What a great night. So congratulations to Lucas Sim for getting the win, and then our winners of the prizes. All right. That's going to do it for us tonight here on Turn Left TV. Thanks so much for joining us here on Turn Left TV. We appreciate that. Appreciate you being here tonight and joining us and honoring Lorin Stoppleworth here tonight. We're definitely thinking about you, Lorin, no matter where you are. And thanks for his friends coming in and joining us in the chat session. And thanks for coming in, all the drivers participating tonight. I am out of here.